Hey everybody, this is Dead-Habib. I guess I just wanted to tell you something cool. As many of you know, I play music, but I just do more than music. I'm also a big wrestling fan. When I was younger, I've always been a fan, and now, since I know people like to do fantasy bookings, I actually decided to write a few fantasy bookings. I actually wrote 4, and a lot of it's for TNA, because there's a lot of things that TNA are doing at this point that I don't really agree with, and I think a lot of people who are fans of TNA are very frustrated with seeing certain things. So I kind of decided I wanted to make 4 fantasy bookings. I'm planning on posting each one of these. This one's kind of the first one because this was the one that started it all, and I decided I wanted to do one that involved a former knockout, which was Roxxi Laveaux, or Roxy, or whatever you prefer. I want to prefer as Roxxi Laveaux because, as many of you know, she was fired a few times and been, kind of been mistreated in the company, and anybody who's taken notice of that have been very vocal, and it worked, but TNA seems to never do the right thing with this. So I thought, so I decided to make a booking, like a fantasy booking with her. As many of you know, her last appearance was a career versus title match, so I decided if they were going to ever bring her back, I had this idea. I decided I wanted to bring her back like if I was the booker, and this is what I had in mind. The title is called Return of the Voodoo Queen. So this is how it would start. I decided to have Angelina Love become champion just because she's like the typical person that was champion for a while. So the whole idea would be for her to drop the title to Tara, and Tara would do a promo promoting that she's going to regain the title and become a champion again, and pretty much how nothing's going to stop her. She defeats Angelina Love with an assist from Madison Rayne, since those two are kind of pairing, so it's kind of like I want the pairing to kind of continue. The second week, Tara decides to celebrate her victory, and she says no one's going to stop her now when she's champion, and and she cuts a promo basically saying I'm going to be the best champion. No one's going to take this title from me, and nobody in the locker room can stop me. And all of a sudden the lights go on and off, and a voodoo doll appears of Tara. And the third following week, Tara and Madison Wayne win a tag team match over Velvet and Angelina Love. The way that the match goes is Velvet gets knocked off the ring apron, so it's becoming a 2-on-1. Angelina is about to win the match, but the referee gets distracted by Madison, allowing Tara to hit the Widow's Peak. 1, 2, 3, she pins her, and then the lights go off and on again, and a burning picture of Tara shows on the Titantron and says next week. So I decide, so the following week, which will be the third week, there's going to be just a regular match. Tara's not really in it, but she's in the corner of Madison Rayne, who goes against Daphne. I decided that Daphne's going to go over on Madison because we haven't seen Daphne for a while, and it just makes that storyline interesting just to put her in it, and how paranoid Tara is, and how even Madison Rayne is kind of paranoid. So Tara tries to attack, so pretty much Daphne gets the win, then both of them start attacking Daphne. The lights go out, and Roxy's old theme song from the Voodoo Queen gimmick happens, and she clears out the ring and helps out Daphne. The following week, Roxy defeats Madison with the Voodoo drop. Tara tries to attack her, but Roxy counters it, and she picks up the title, and it's announced next week on Impact. She'll face Tara, and if she wins, she gets a title shot. The next week, Roxy will cut a promo in a voodoo type gimmick, so talking about how tragedy is going to hit Tara's future and her reign, and which will build up to Roxy pinning her, and picks up the championship and puts it on Tara. It's announced at the next pay-per-view. I'm just gonna put a pay-per-view out there. I'm just gonna say Victory Road, just because I didn't write Pacific pay-per-view. I just decided to just put pay-per-view. So I'm gonna say Victory Road. That that she's going to challenge for that Roxxi will challenge for the title. It's announced that next week she'll take on Madison Rayne. Madison Rayne is seen with a voodoo doll of Madison Rayne. Madison cuts a promo how she got rid of her in TNA before, and Roxxi cuts a promo, says that she's going to revert back to her old self tonight, and this will be Madison's last match. And her career will be on the line this time. So Roxxi pins Madison, and then all of a sudden the lights go out and Roxxi disappears like that old Undertaker type thing, just because I want to make her as a voodoo queen while we add some tricks to her. And then of course I have to add Jeremy Boyer says that Madison has to leave the building, and she leaves. She's getting dragged out of the building, kicking and screaming. So pretty much Madison Rayne's out of the equation. It leads up to the pay-per-view, and the way it goes is Roxxi and Tara having a physical match. Sarita comes out because we've all noticed Sarita was teaming up with Tara and Madison for quite a while. So Sarita comes out, tries to help out, and all of a sudden Daphne appears to even scores, chase out Sarita, and then Roxxi somehow gets out of the widow's peak and rolls up Tara, winning the championship. And pretty much this whole storyline I wrote, or this booking I wrote, was basically meant for Roxxi to finally get the credit as a champion, and also kind of just get credit as a wrestler, because she doesn't seem to get credit. I think she's probably one of the most underrated wrestlers in TNA, or ever in female wrestling. So this is what this was for, and hope you dig it.